Hi guys, it's Sam. Today I'm going to be doing a pocket rings setup. It is coming up on the end of February 2021 and I decided that I wanted to make some planner changes. After a really bad start to the year, I've just been kind of thinking about what I really want in a planner, and I've been using the Hobonichi Weeks since, I don't know, November or December of last year. And although I do love it, there are some things that I do prefer about rings overall. I do really struggle with the Hobonichi Weeks in the paper. I have a love-hate relationship with the Tomoe River paper. It's beautiful for writing in, but it's not the best, in my opinion, for planning in if you don't love ballpoint pens. And I hate ballpoint pens. I've tried and tried and tried. I just can't make them work. I don't like my handwriting with them, and I just don't like writing with them. They like goo up, and they're just not a friend of mine. So the other day I really wanted to try a different kind of pen than just my friction pen, and I hated the result of the bold black. And so in the end, I ended up taking pages out of one Hobonichi Weeks and putting them into the Hobonichi that I was using, and I was just like, is this going to be my whole year? And I was just fed up and frustrated, and I went through my whole planner checklist thing, and I was like, just go back to rings. And so I pulled out my personal planners, and I was just like, I don't know that I want to lug around something that big. Now, this may very quickly change, but I decided just try pocket. Now, of course, I don't have any pocket planners, so I was making all of these plans and I didn't have an actual planner to use. And so I thankfully found this black Moterm planner on Buy Sell Trade Group, and the person was local. So I was able to go and pick this up yesterday. I've been printing and cutting and punching inserts for the last 2 days while I've been off work. My saintly husband has been doing the printing, and I've been doing the cutting and the punching and all of those things. So since this was like a brand new setup, I didn't like reuse anything. This is all brand new and fresh. I did repurchase a few things that I already had in the past, but with printable inserts, it's not too expensive. So that wasn't like something like crazy error that is gonna like haunt me or anything. I do at the moment have the fly leaf out of this. I don't know if I'll put it back in or not, but I'm not using cards at the moment. That could quickly change. And so this is what I was going with. I don't usually carry a black planner, but I do like black planners at certain times. I do have a Malden on the way, but since this was like a whole brand new setup, I just thought that I would sit down and load my planner with you. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. This is the only thing that isn't new. This is something that I made a couple of years back, and I just really like it. I've looked for this kind of paper. Again, can't find it anywhere, and this one has a 97 on it. 97 is the year I got married, so I like this for my little dashboard. I did make some new dividers, and oh goodness, let me see. Let me pull up my Etsy account here, because of course I didn't write all this stuff down. Okay, so these are editable dividers for pocket rings, and the shop is Les Minimal. And this was super easy to do. Just chose the font, made the font a little bit bolder and a little bit larger, and just used some thicker paper that I had around the house. The cut lines are all there for you, and then I used my little cutter and my Scotch laminator, and then I used my Rapesco punch. After I cut them out, I cut the holes. Yeah, I punched it with this, and then after lamination, because it doesn't have the holes there for you, so you have to know how to line it up. So after I laminated, I used my Crocodile to make the holes again so that the lamination was broken. So the different sections that I wanted to have this time around were inbox, month, week, and the week would have both week and or day. I don't have a section for dailies, but I might use them interchangeably. It depends on how this sizing works. I have a health section, which I've never had before, a tracker section, which I just have listed as track, and then a list section with list. So I'm going to go ahead and put the inbox in first. And this is just going to have lined paper, and this is from Simple and Trendy Co. This download actually has dot grid, grid, and lined paper. I only printed out the lined. That's all I'm going to have in this section. And then in my monthly section, I'm going to put a 2021 calendar. This is also from Simple and Trendy Co. Actually, when you print it all out, you get two, so I'm going to tuck one of those away. And so I'm just going to have that there for reference. And then this is a month on 2 page, also from Simple and Trendy Co. So this one is already dated for you, which I prefer as much as possible just because I don't like writing out the little teeny tiny days of the month, especially in a tiny calendar like that. I'll be breaking that rule here in a minute, but for now, that's a dated for you insert. The next up is going to be weekly, and I have a couple of things to choose between. I'm going to go ahead and load these in. I haven't decided though if that's going to be enough room. So these are from Peanuts Planner Co. And of course I don't have the numbers here in front of me, but I will list them all at the bottom. So this is actually from the Facebook group. This is a Facebook group freebie, and we did go ahead and edit it, changed the font and the sizing on the days of the week, and then went ahead and pre-filled in the things that I'm tracking. We also changed the font for this. Well, no, this was blank. So I have it labeled work, weather, to do, and list. And then my poor husband went through and was trying to predate this for me, again, because I don't like to have to write the dates in, but the way this prints is really, really wonky for trying to figure out which way it's going to flow when you have it all cut and punched and ready to go. So we had to redo this like several times. So probably in the future, if this is the insert that I choose to go with, then I'll probably just have him leave the dates back off and I'll fill that in. So I have a few weeks of that already printed out and in here. And I'm between that one and then here is another one. So it is from Simple and Trendy Co. And this one gives you a Monday through Sunday. And this is where I was going to put my daily work schedule. And I'm sorry for the shadows. It's like, what time is it? It's 10 o'clock here in Ohio. So it's dark. It's been dark for a while now. And then this is where you would fill out what month it was. I tried to think of ways to make this a tracker, which I still might do. And then I'd have to cover up this part right here that does say tracker because it only has you tracking one thing. And I do like to see the things that I'm tracking in a weekly view. So this one is a week on 4 pages. So you have this as undated, but I don't know, since it's not as tiny, I don't think I'd mind dating it as much as the other one. And so you just have it on the 4 different pages and then you're into another week. So what I might do with this one is I might take just a couple of weeks of both and keep them in here and plan with them like that and see if there is one that I prefer over the other. Let me see. I do like that this one, when you cut it and you print it, it always works out nicely and you don't have like a weird break. Like for this one, unless you print like on one page, not front to back, and then you have something blank on the other side, you're always gonna have like a half a week, either as your start and your finish with this particular one. So I'm just going to play with these, and I'll definitely update you on which one like wins the battle here, but I'll be going through and dating these. So those are the weekly that I'll be choosing between. And then the next section is my health section. And this is a new one for me. So I'm not sure exactly how these will work out, but again, I'll keep you updated. So I have these from Simple and Trendy Co. I found her shop, I don't remember if it was maybe September or so of last year, and I had printed out some personal size inserts, and I just really like how her inserts are so clean and bright and uncluttered. I really like her style. So for this one, this is going to be where I'm doing my cycle tracking, and so I'll have in here little stickers from Carolina's Crafts that I'll be using to notate my cycle, and I'll be adding some other things in when I'm not on camera, and then I'll just take notes. I mentioned in a video, well, the last video that I did, which was weeks ago now, that I'd been taking a supplement for perimenopause, and so as that goes along, symptoms changing or improving, things like that, I'll note in this little notes section here. And then this one, I'm really not sure how long this will last or how it will go because I've never done this before, but it's a mood tracker, again from Simple and Trendy Co. And I just thought maybe this would be a good idea, and we'll see. If it is, I'll continue with it, and if it's not, I will ditch it. The next section is going to be where I track things. The one thing that I don't have in here that I will hopefully be adding is a month-long habit tracker, but I haven't found one that I'm happy with, and the one that I got from Peanuts Planner Co. I can't seem to get facing the right direction for when you turn the pages, and we've tried like everything. So far that's not in here. I'm going to be using the reoccurring tasks insert from Peanuts Planner Co. And this is just for things like oil change in the vehicles, when we do our water filter for the refrigerator, pet meds, all of those kinds of things. And I will just be putting one of those in, but a lot of these you print out and you like have a minimum of like 4. So I'm going to be setting that aside for when I use it again. The next thing I'm going to be tracking is online orders, and so I'll probably just have one of those in there, and when that one fills up, I'll switch it out. I do have an accordion file from the Container Store that I keep inserts in, and I'll just slip these in to the same one that I currently have, like personal size inserts, so that it stays kind of the same, but the different sizes will be there. And then the next one, this is where I'm breaking my rule. This is also from Simple and Trendy Co. This is a month, I think it's like a month on one page. Obviously it's undated. This is going to be where I track how often I do YouTube videos, if I get like a payment for Amazon or YouTube. And so I'm going to be sticking that in here. And I can tell already this is probably more chunk than I probably will end up keeping in here, so I'll have some decisions probably to make. The next is going to be, the next section is going to be my list section, and I was just playing around with this insert here. I like that these inserts also don't make you write super teeny tiny. I mean, Pocket is tiny, but it keeps you from having to write super tiny. So I'm just going to have some of these lists here. I know what lists I need to have, and I'll probably keep this many in here. I think that was like 4 or 5 of those. I'm also going to have a movie log, which we don't watch movies that often. I'm going to keep one of those. And then a book log. Right now I'm doing Audible books, which I'm enjoying more than I thought that I would. And then I just have some blank paper at the end here. So yeah, these I think are like 19 millimeter rings. Not very chunky. Well, that's still pretty thin. All right, I can do this. So I have a couple of other decisions that I need to make, and I did want to show you also. I had purchased these order inserts also from Simple and Trendy Co., but the boxes are a little bit small for me, so I think I will prefer the online orders one from Peanuts Planner Co., just because I like to have a little bit more room. I mean, I am scaling down. I went from personal size to the Hobonichi Weeks, and then these are even smaller. But again, I really just, when I saw the personal size, I was like, oh, I don't know that I need that much space. Okay, and then I have two different inserts that I'm going to be working with to see if I would like to have a daily insert, which daily has never really been like a big thing for me because I don't have a lot going on, but with pocket size being such a small planner, this might be something that I end up doing, but I'm not sure. So this one is from Peanuts Planner Co. I don't know how much I'll use this. I was thinking that this would be obviously if I have any appointments going on that day, I can track when I'll be working. This looks like it has a little checklist thing here, so I thought this would be a good place to have like to-dos. And then this, I thought maybe I could put like a little note about the day, like as in like a tiny journal entry maybe, or scripture or whatever. This could really change up day by day. And then this one is from Simple and Trendy Co. And this one is, I guess, more, I would say, the way I've planned in the past. The only thing that I think that I would really like about this one is that once you put it in, I could have my planner like this and then like this. So you wouldn't have to take the insert in and out to write on it as the day went by. So I think that that will definitely be helpful. I forgot to go through and cut slits in all of these before I got started. So I think that I'll definitely be doing that. And I'm not sure, I haven't decided yet if I'm going to put the dailies here and like make myself use them, or if I'm going to keep them in the back and use them if I feel, you know, kind of led to. So I'll be putting a few of those in the back for the moment. Just, well, you know what? I think I'll put like a whole stack of them because I haven't decided on my weekly, and I still feel like this is a bit thin. It just kind of feels, it feels a little weird for my planner to be that thin. I don't like a chunky planner, but that was really thin. I'm excited about the Malden coming as well. The thing I do like about the pocket size is that it really fits anywhere. I've recently added an iPad Air to my lineup of things that I'm taking with me on a daily basis in my backpack. And so having a smaller planner is super convenient. Not that the Weeks is a large planner, but it's just, it's short and small. And today when we were out and about shopping, I was able to put it in the pocket of my coat, and that was really nice. So I will update you on how this goes, but it's been a lot of fun setting it up. Again, my husband told me today, which he did the last time I did the whole switcheroo with my planner from Weeks back to Rings. He was like, Rings is just your thing. So I'm super excited about it. I did have fun setting it up. It's a lot of work, but I think that you learn a lot as you go, and it is kind of relaxing, you know, you're cutting paper, you're punching things, and you're making plans for your planner. Oh, there was one other thing, and I haven't decided if I'm putting it in my planner or if I'm going to tuck it in my pocket, or, you know, this one has a back pocket like a lot of different pocket rings do. This is a planning routine also from Simple and Trendy Co. And it just has what to do daily, weekly, and monthly. So I'm just gonna see how I'm working in this first, and then I will be probably filling this out. So I'm gonna give this a little bit of time, fill it all out, see how it works, and then I'll come back here with another update on how I'm liking it. The Hobonichi Weeks, I've decided, is going to be a place where maybe as I go through and take a week out of here, I'll go through and use that as a place to be like a memory planner almost, so that I have that one book that has like the most memorable or meaningful things that happened in the year. I do love flipping through that book. I just don't enjoy writing in it, worrying about the smearing and all of that. So I still want to have it in my planning lineup. It's just going to have a different role than it did before. I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if you're new around here and don't want to miss out on future videos, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye, guys.